Hello. I live in London, and like any city dweller, I tend to forget how important the elements are and how they affect our lives. By the elements, I mean the wind, the sun, the rain, and especially the sea. And I wonder how they affected people that lived a long time ago, before there were such things as cities. Well, I'm going to a group of islands at the very north tip of Britain called the Orkneys to see what I can find out there. I'm told they're a very interesting, very mysterious kind of place, very open to the elements, the wind and the weather. Of course, they're very far away from where I live, 800 miles. But I'm really looking forward to going there. This is my first visit. And I'd be very pleased if you'd like to come along with me, and we'll see what we can find out together. These are the cliffs of the island of Hoy. And in a minute, we're going to see a sea stack, which is called the Old Man of Hoy. Can you see why? Orkney's like a little country all on its own. In fact, they call the largest island here mainland. That's where we're going to now, to the town of Stromness. The interesting thing about arriving here by sea is it's the way the first settlers must have come thousands of years ago. They must have come past the cliffs of Hoy just like we did, although I would think their journey was a lot more dangerous than ours. Anyway, we've arrived safely, and so did they. Let's see what we can find out. People have lived in Orkney for a long, long time. For instance, on the west coast of the island called Mainland, a Stone Age village has been discovered. It's called Skara Brae. It's very well preserved. That's because it was covered in sand. It was only discovered 100 years ago when a storm whipped the sand off here, and this is what was underneath. Let's have a look at it and we'll see what we can discover together. This here, what do you think of this? It was obviously the center of the room. Probably a hearth for burning whatever fuel they used. You can imagine them all crouching round here, can't you? Lovely. And what do you think of this? It's here. Beautifully built. Look at that. Obviously, it's storage for something underneath as well. But what? Food, perhaps? Clothing? I don't know. But very beautifully made. And what do you think this is? Looks a bit like a box bed to me. I'm going to get into it, and if you watch carefully, I think it'll show you something about the villagers. Let's see. Well, either they slept with their legs in the air, or they were very small people. But it's very comfortable. The roof would probably have been of turf, and they sometimes used a whalebone as a sort of main rafter and then piled the turf up to it. There's passages connecting all the little houses, and if you watch as I go through this one, I think it'll tell you something about the size of the villagers as well. They're a very mysterious people, these Stone Age people. We're lucky to have found this place in such a good state of preservation because it allows us to find out something about them. You remember I was saying that the village was discovered about 100 years ago when a storm lifted off the sand that was covering it. And some people wonder if that's what happened in the first place, all these thousands of years ago. We don't have many clues. A broken necklace was found in a doorway, which suggests the villagers might have left in a hurry. But we have got a story by an Orkney writer, George Mackay Brown, which suggests what might have happened to the villagers all these years ago. It doesn't begin here. It begins on a nearby hillside at a ring of mysterious stones called the Ring of Broadgar. Nobody really knows what it meant to the people of Skara Brae. Perhaps they came to worship the sun or observe it. It's certainly connected with the sun anyway. The sun was very important to them. It brought light and warmth, and I suppose like the wind and the rain and the sea, it controlled the lives of the young and the old. Our story is about a young person, Ifling, and an old man, Gruth. And they were two villagers in Skara Brae. Perhaps they were even there when the village died.
This circle, Ifling, is the sign of the sun. The warmth and radiance that kindles life in day and keeps the flame burning in us for many years. The sun's flame is burning very low in me. It's good that I've managed to get here once again. I think I'll never be at Broadgar again.
I'll take you whenever you want, Gru.
Never again. The people of Skara Brae, they don't have such reverence for this temple of the sun as their fathers did. What will they do when the evil time comes? You will be the leader then, Ifling?
I, Gru?
Yes.
But I'm nothing. I'm only a fisherman's son.
It is written across the night. I've seen it. The stars have said it. The stones here at Broadgar, look around you, are glad because of you. You'll have to be brave and strong. But I think it may be too late. There is a shadow upon our people. And so, at last, there is an end of everything. A time for the grass blade to die. The bright, swift seabird. You have found its skeleton on the shore. The cloud dissolves into rain. Then it is nothing. A man is born. He plays games in his childhood. He grows up tall and strong. He is hunter and herdsman and father. Grey winters pile on his shoulder. His life becomes a burden to him. He stoops. He is broken. He dies. Look at me, a husk. My time is not long. It is the same with this people of the shore. We must die. We have been here fishing and herding for a long time. Many generations. For this tribe, there will be an end. And that soon.
Is it the strange ship that's been seen from time to time? Will that be the end?
The carved ship. At the tiller sits always a tall man with a flaming beard. In one hand he carries a bright axe.
I think we wouldn't be able to stand against that ship if she turned against us. We're peaceful folk. We have only stones and a few flint arrows to defend ourselves with.
He won't attack us.
What's that, Ifling?
The man, the stranger. I don't think he means us any harm.
Listen to the wise man of the village. Strangers in warships with axes in their hands look hungrily at our shore, but Ifling says they mean no harm.
Why do you say that, Ifling?
Come on, Ifling, tell us your wisdom. This stranger, he's a friend of yours, eh?
Tell us, Ifling. Tell us what happened.
Nothing happened. Well, not much anyway.
No use asking him what happened, Gruth. Sand and sea, sun and seaweed, that's all his head is full of. Go away, Ifling. This talk is not for boys. Go to your cave. It'll be full of tangles on a boisterous day like this. Gather them.
This is a kindly way for us to go, taken by the wind and sand and sea. Welcome, grains of sand. I am the very oldest, last one. I am glad. For every death, there is a bright new beginning.
Ruth told me. I saw them. They break the earth open and sow seed, and in winter they eat pleasant food. Perhaps these strangers will teach us that wisdom. Then we could build a new village in the hills, a sheltered secret place, away from sandstorms and pirates.